Om Shri Sai Ram. My humble pranams at Divine Lotus feet. Talking about Swami, it's not just a chapter; it's a whole book. When one starts, you just don't feel like ending it. But again, time bounds and time has its own limitations. So, every computer has this function called F5, and that actually refreshes the whole window or anything, for say you're doing it on internet or things like that. So, Swami says that, being in this physical being, this human body is also, it's a machine. So every human has his own refresh, F5 button. So for me, I would say that F5 button would be remembering Swami for a while and, talking about him. I love talking about him. That I'm quite introvert. I don't, talk much, but, when, it comes on public speaking and talking about Swami, I do take interest. So, again, it was a great opportunity. So I was very excited to again come on and talk about him. So for me, this journey was a full roller coaster. I mean, it starts with my father, showing me a photo, and he used to tell me that, he's Sai Baba. And, when we were in our childhood, we used to go to Shimla. His cousins used to be in Shimla at that time when he was a child. So they used to tell that, on streets of Mall Road, they used to sell those lockets. So, those lockets would have Swami's picture in that. And, he would say that we used to purchase it. And, keeping it in our home for 2 or 3 days, we would see some honey coming out of it. So, Amritam coming out of it, as I, call it. So, he used to be very excited at that time. And they used to buy lockets just to take that Amritam. So, this was my very first introduction to Swami. Swami's photos, coming out, Amritam coming out of Swami's photos, and, my father telling all this. So that's how I came to know about him for the very first time. And then it was, in year 2011 when Bhagwan took his Mahasamadhi, and there was a lot of hype on media, and, everyone was talking about it. That was the second time I got that hint. And, there is Sai Baba down there, and, there are a lot of devotees and things like that. Then in the very next year, 2012, I came to know that my Masi's daughter, she's going to join the institute, Sai Baba's institute. And, the institute's rules are quite stringent. They, wake you up at 5. And, I used to hear all this, when she went there, they used to wake you up at 5. There is a whole set of routine you have to follow. And you cannot, just say that, Mama, like we used to do it in home, that, Mama, please cook rice today. Mama, please. You don't have any choices for food. There is a whole set menu. You have to eat it, and your plate should be empty. So, my parents used to tell me that, yeah, the rules are quite stringent, and you should, get inspired from it and live your life in discipline. So fine. Then she passed out in 2015 doing her BCom honors, and almost distinction. She was, I think, second ranked or third ranked in her class. Then she also used to tell me about the institute. She also had very great experiences with Swami. And then again after a couple of years, 2-3 years down the lane, my sister, my mama's daughter, she also went there for same course, biosciences. And she was in her third year in Anantapur campus when I joined in 2018. For my graduation, I also took biosciences. So me joining the institute itself is a great story. So my sister would write letters. So in Anantapur, there is a, they say there's a culture that, they write letters and send. So she used to send me letters, and, in letters she used to write that, see, the institute is this. I don't have heard about boys campus a lot, but yes, my fellow mates, my classmates tell me that boys campus is really good, and, you should suggest your brother to come there. I was also in my 12th class, I was finding options for my higher education. So my sister would, suggest me. So I also gave it a thought, and, found that, okay, I filled the form, and I was not very serious about it. And, people just get overwhelmed, listening about all this. There is a stringent routine, waking up in the morning and sleeping without phones, you have to use telephone, etc. So, I didn't ever get overwhelmed about it. I was not, I didn't have any feelings about it. I just randomly filled it just as an option. So, okay, then I was, in those months, I used to be very stressed out with physics. I had PCB in my 12th class, physics, chemistry, biology. So I used to be very stressed out. And that was the time when our board exams were approaching. Now, what used to happen is we used to go to coachings and, you know, I used to fail in physics every time. There was, even if my coach is taking a 10 marks test, I used to fail in that. So I used to feel very disappointed. And then again, board exam came in and I wrote somehow. I don't know what I wrote. Now, from that point of time, I feel that, my hatred with physics and writing the board exam, I feel that somehow I didn't know, but Swami's hand was always with me. I didn't realize at that time, but yes, the thing which happened after my exam, I realize that yes, Swami's hand was every time with me. Whether I knew it or I didn't knew it, but yes, Swami's hand was always there. So again, the time came after my board exams. It was, in April around Aradhana Day when we had to leave for Parthi. So I left for Parthi and for my entrance exam. And again, that was my very first visit. And I was like very shocked looking everything there. People were so simple. I mean, it was a cultural shock for me. I mean, how am I going to live there? I had mixed feelings now. First of all, I didn't have any feelings when I was filling the form. Now it's coming to a level. Now I had some mixed feelings, whether I'll be able to survive or not. So I gave my entrance very randomly. And the next day, the results were going to be out at 5 in the morning. So I went on with my mother in front of South Indian canteen, and I see a lot of crowd there, pushing each other, looking for their names, etc. Everything was going on there. So I also, somehow went into the crowd and saw that my name was not there. So I told mom, nahi, naam nahi aaya. So mommy told, okay, fine. But, I don't know, I had that strange, you can say a strange sadness kind of a thing that my name didn't come. Though I was very random at that time. I didn't, that was not the vision of my life to enter Swami's Institute. It was just an option. But again, I felt some kind of a sadness that my name didn't come. Then again, my sister was with me. She told that, okay, maybe you're not able to see it due to the crowd, but let us go to the PSN campus. There also the list has been displayed. So I was like, okay, let's go. So in 5:30 in the morning in streets of Parthi, we were walking. It was whole darkness. I still remember that scene. Again, we entered the PSN campus and I saw the list and I saw that the very last name was mine. Very last. Even if I was in the crowd, I wouldn't have seen that. Even if I penetrated for 10 times, I wouldn't have noticed that. But PSN campus, there were only one or two people there. So I was able to look at that very easily. So it was at very last, Tanish Bhalla, don't remember that number, that registration number and my name. And that feeling I got, I started crying over there. Then I felt some kind of sorrow, some kind of joy. And I came out of that sorrow and I was getting that joy that yes, now my name is there. But now again, my sister told me, now you have to be prepared for the second round. That's the interview. So again, I didn't have any good preparation for that. And I went on in the interview. Now interview had a good amount of panel in front of me. The head of department and our director and warden all were there. And since I belong to a Punjabi family, so they, kept on asking me, so since you're from Punjabi family, you must be, full sutta and drink everything, drugs and all would go on. So I was like, no, nothing like that. And I was like very straightforward in my answering. I did not give it much attention. I was very straightforward in my answering. No, sir, I don't do any drinking or any stuff like that. Then he was like, see, and I revealed there. I just, being quite overconfident, I revealed, I don't know anything about Swami, sir. I don't know anything. So, like, I'm not very confident whether I'll be able to do here or not. I really told that, whether it was nervousness or overconfidence, I don't know. But I spoke all this. So they were like, okay, but our routine goes this way, and Will you be able to survive? Then again, I told, okay, I'll manage. And then again, some couple of questions they asked, and my interview was over. Now came home, and the results were out for the interview around 15 days. 15 days later, the interview, the results were out, and my name was not there again. And again, I was very sad. I was very disappointed because I traveled so much and I got disappointment in my hands. It was not that I didn't get Swami's Institute, and I didn't have the sorrow in that point of view, but in this point of view that I traveled so much, I put a lot of effort, but my name is not there. So okay, fine. Now I have to explore more options. Now it was June's, no, it was May. It was the month of May, and my results were out. And I knew that my board exam results were out, and I knew that my physics paper was not good. But the moment I saw my result, that was the first and the very foremost shocking incident for me, that I was a school topper. I scored 95. I don't know how. I don't know. I'm very serious in this. I don't know what I wrote in the paper and how it was, everything. I didn't have even a single thought in my mind that how it happened. I mean, I, even now I'm speechless. I can't explain that incident. I still find myself, standing there. I'm still in the same room where I saw my result. I still see myself, the whole scene getting repeated. I'm standing there and I'm looking at my result, and it's 95 in physics. I was very happy. But again, that disappointment was there, that, now I'm school topper also. They even asked me in the interview that you're failing in the pre-boards. How will you survive there? Chemistry is very tough. Bioscience is very tough. How will you survive? You're not even passing in physics. So I was like, again, I told I'll manage. But, after that, now I got quite confident that no, it's like now I'm a school topper and I got 95, but still, that ego was coming in, that overconfidence was coming in. Still, I didn't get selected. Okay. Now it was June first week, and my mother and I, it was, I think, 2nd of June. So 2nd of June, I still remember the date. I still remember the time. It was 1:30 in the afternoon. I went to my father's shop, and I had filled that Delhi University form because the cutoff list had come out. So second or third cutoff list had come out, and I was pretty confident I'll get one or two colleges. I'll get in that. So I took the printout of the form and came home. So again, we were having lunch, and my mother told, see, like, even now I'm in shock, I'm in sadness that you didn't get in there. So I was also like, I didn't speak anything. Again, my mood got spoiled. I came in the room and I plugged my earphones and I started listening to songs just to, come out of that disappointment. Now it was just 2 minutes after that, my brother came in and he was shouting something. I was not able to hear. So I, plugged out my earphones and I told him, "Kya hua?" Then he told that, "Wahan Bangalore se phone aaya, tera selection ho gaya." I was like, "What?" Again. That was the second moment of shock. I didn't have any thought. I came out and my mother was talking to someone, and she was like, "Okay, we'll report very soon." And yes, the story starts now. I got selected. Now, when Swami comes in, your ego gets destroyed. So, I've experienced it many times, but this was the first time I experienced my ego and my overconfidence getting down, and, I getting selected. And then again, we approached to the campus. Then I saw this quote there. It says, it's test is my taste, right? Test is my taste. So I, now when I'm standing at this place, and I remember those incidents, I feel that every moment he gives us, every moment, we experience with him is a test, he takes. That was also a test, test of emotions, test of my personality, whether I can come there or not. That's what I feel. I mean, in the month of May, the whole month of May, he tested me. That's what I console myself with. The whole month of May, he tested me. And now I'm at this place. That this thing, that element of overconfidence, that element of ego is now gone, and now I'm at this place. So that was a time I was getting tested. Swami was, I feel that he was breaking those threads. Something. I mean, I should say, There is no word. I mean, whether it was ego or whether it was overconfidence, he was again taking that. Whether he was taking the disappointment out or that ego out at that point of time, I was confused. But now I'm like quite clear that he was taking that disappointment out, uh, coming with me to the first step. And when I entered the institute, the second step was a drastic change in my personality. Just, when you turn a page, it gets upside down. It's like that. So a drastic change in my personality when now I see myself and I compare myself to the other Tanish Bhalla who was there in his 12th class. So that is again one thing that, and that was the time my journey started. The core of my journey started with Swami when I entered the institute on the very first day on 6th June. Now, on 8th of June, I was told by the warden that we were supposed to leave for the summer course in Parthi. So we left for that. And there in Parthi, suddenly I got fever, since it was a new place for me. First 2 days I was in Bangalore, then again coming to Parthi, like quite of a climate change, you can say, quite of a weather change and a change in water, something you can assume that. Due to that, I got some feverish thing, and I got it checked, and it was around 100 or so. So uh, there was Parayanam in the evening at the first day or second day. I don't really remember. There was Parayanam. And despite of having fever, I went to the Parayanam. I attended it. And, when I came back, I slept. And, that time I got a dream. That was my very first introduction to Swami's divinity. So I got a dream, and there was Swami sitting on the wheelchair. There was I sitting in the darshan line, and one of my friends. So he called both of us. So Swami told, "क्या हुआ?" So I told Swami, "मेरे को fever हो गया है. मैं पहली बार आया हूँ और मेरे को fever हो गया." Swami told, "Okay." Then Swami waved his hand and gave me vibhuti. Swami told, "Take it. You will be fine by the morning." And speaking. Truly speaking, I didn't take any medicine. That dream was my medicine. So I took the vibhuti in the dream, and I woke up with no fever. So that was the very first divine interaction with Swami. Now I came to, realize that no, there is something, there is something in this place. And, me getting called in the second list, me joining the institute is not a coincidence. It cannot be a coincidence. That was the time I realized. Again, then the journey continued, and we were through our first semester. And I saw that in our hostel, the culture was we used to have a chit box. I mean, Raghav would remember. We used to have a chit box, and in that chit box, we used to, whenever we felt like talking to him, we would go and he would give us some message. So I would also go. I had a daily routine, almost a daily routine. If I had it in my mind, I would go and take a chit out. So that day, randomly, I took a chit out. It was around our first semester exams in September, August, end of September. I took a chit out, and a chit read, "I'm going to test you." So, okay. Then I took another chit out. He told, keep monam for one whole day. Monam as in silence. You have to be silent for a whole day. So I was like, okay, not a big deal. I'll be silent. So I kept a monam, and next day was a Thursday. I kept a monam, and when I completed my monam, the Wednesday night, I got a dream again, and that was my very second interaction with Swami. So in the dream, I was going inside Trei Vrindavan, and I stood in the front of the door. Now, Trei Vrindavan is again a divine experience. I mean, even now, if I feel down, I just remember myself sitting in Trei, attending Thursday bhajans, and I again come to that F5 refreshing mode. So coming back to the dream, I was standing in front of the door, and I was so mesmerized looking at that door opening very slowly, and that beautiful form of Lord coming out, and it was shining. I mean, I got tears in my eyes, and I was realizing that even I'm sleeping, I'm crying. I'm realizing I'm crying, and I'm not able to come out of that dream and looking at Lord, just looking at Lord, and he's also looking in my eyes. He came in front of me and he told, "Take Pad Namaskaram." I touched his feet and I felt so good. I mean, there are no words to describe. I looked into his eyes and he patted on my cheek and he told, "I'm very proud of you, Bangaru. I'm very proud of you. You kept, you kept silence for one day just for my sake." And I told, in my enthusiasm, I told in the dream, I told Swami, if you're happy with me keeping silence for one day, I'll keep silence for another 12 days. So Swami told, "I'm very happy. Chala Manjari, I'm very happy. Go ahead. Keep silence for 12 days." So now I woke up and I noted all this down. And I told my room leader that, "Now, bro, I'll be at silence for 12 days." So like, my roommates were quite, they were quite shocked that how he can maintain a silence for, 12 days. That's quite tough, but again, I was like quite, I don't know from where the dedication came and from where that energy came in to do that. I personally speaking, I could not do that. If at this point of time you tell me keep silence for 12 days, I cannot. Really, I cannot. But I don't know at that time what happened. I just kept it. So that those 12 days were very tough. I should say they were very tough. First of all, they were the exam days, and we were preparing for the exams as well. And I used to, all these things happen when you are in a college. You get bullied sometimes. People comment on you. They don't understand. But I had that feeling. I had that energy. I never, fell down for starting of that Monam days for 4 to 5 days. But suddenly on the sixth or seventh day, I started feeling, why have I kept this and why am I doing this? So I used to communicate on the paper. So I wrote this on the paper and I kept it in the cupboard of my room leader. So he read it, and that night he he asked me to come and talk to him. So I went there and I didn't speak, but he instructed me. See, he told us, "You are doing Swami's work, and whatever comes in your way, just ignore it." See, he told me one line and that inspired me a lot. And even now I remember that. I remember his words. He told that even if the whole world is against you, Swami will never leave you. He'll be at your side. And if he's at your side, no, the whole world in some ways at your side. So don't be worried. So you complete your task. Don't be worried. So that was the dose of inspiration I got, and I completed it very successfully. Now, the day I completed it was again a Thursday. And that day we had three bhajans. And in three bhajans, I was sitting, and that was the last day I had to keep the Bonam. And again, I told that, "Swami, well, in the dream, you told that you are very satisfied, you're very happy. But now I want to see that, how will I know that my 12 days sadhana, my 12 days monam has satisfied you?" So he told, so I prayed it. I prayed this in my heart that, "Swami, just give me some signal that you are satisfied. I don't have to extend these 12 days. You're satisfied." So, in the bhajans, so there's one point I missed. When I was in the dream going to Trey Vrindavan, there was a bhajan which was going in the background. In the Sai Ramesh hall, in the morning time and in the evening time, the bhajans from Mandir are broadcasted. So I was hearing that bhajan, Giridhar Govind Gopal. That's one of my favorite bhajans. So I was hearing that bhajan and I saw Lord coming out, and that was so good. And when coming to that day when I was praying in Trey Vrindavan, that, "Swami, whether my sadhana is successful," I prayed, Ganesha bhajan got over, and I was so shocked that the second bhajan that singer sang was Giridhara Govind Gopal. That was the first indication Swami gave me that I'm happy. Now, the second indication was, obviously, I had tears in my eyes. I was very satisfied that, yes, Swami is very happy with my sadhana. And as I was having tears in my eyes, I saw that whole hibiscus flower, big hibiscus flower was kept on Ganesha's idol. Once the bhajan got over, it fell down. And yes, now I was very, very satisfied that, yes, Swami is happy. And yes, this was again, this whole experience, filled me with that kind of a divine energy, that and it gave me that assurance that yes, if whole world is against you, if you pray to Swami, he'll always be at your back. In our life we cannot avoid problems have to come. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that problems have to come, you cannot avoid it. But yes, you can pray to Lord that Lord should give you strength, and he will give you strength if you pray, with that whole heart element. So that's what I realized. That was my takeaway from this divine experience. That yes, if you pray, uh, he'll not solve your problem, but yes, he'll give you that strength to solve that problem. And obviously, he's always with you. So this was my one of the most powerful experience, I should say. And again, he's I sometimes take him as Sai Krishna, that sweet Lord who would fill he would sometimes fill your day with joy. It again happened once that I was sleeping in the afternoon. I was taking a nap in the hostel, and randomly I saw a dream where Swami was sitting on the Trai Jhula, and looking at Lord sitting on that Trai Jhula is a meditation, I would say. And that sleeping was again a meditation for me, that became a divine meditation. So I saw Swami in on Trai Jhula, and all our roommates were sitting in his divine feet, and he was asking everyone that what do you want. So my room leader told me, Swami, I want an ice cream. That day was very hot. We were feeling the temperature was very high. So he told Swami, I want an ice cream. So there used to be a Jimmy's Corner in Vrindavan. I don't know whether it's still there. It might be still there. So we used to get ice creams from there. And Swami gave him 10 rupees, and Swami told him, go and get your ice cream. So okay, now my turn. So Swami told, okay, what do you want? So I told Swami, I don't want anything. I'm satisfied. I don't want anything. So Swami told, no, I'm there. No, the Lord is in front of you. You're not asking anything. Otherwise, you keep on asking. So I was like, no, Lord, I don't want anything. Please believe me. So Swami, in his humbleness, he again rotated his hand and manifested Vibhuti. So he gave me, okay. He told, okay, if you don't want anything, take this for my sake, eat it. So I ate it, and the dream got over. And I realized that when I woke up, the taste of that vibhuti was there in my mouth. I didn't eat vibhuti that whole day. Just in the morning when I, take bath, I just put it on my forehead and I eat it just for the namesake. But after that, I didn't eat it at all. But when I woke up in that afternoon, I had had a taste of vibhuti in my mouth, and that was again a powerful divine interaction I had. And sometimes you don't even ask him for his divine sweetness, his divine experience, or you don't pray for it, but again in his humbleness he comes and he gives you that sense of satisfaction, that sense of sweetness that the Lord has it in his characteristics. Lord Krishna has it in his characteristics, and so has Swami. That aspect of sweetness he gives to his devotees. So that was again an kind of experience that I had in experiencing not the divinity but the sweetness of Lord. So now in our institutes we used to have festivals, we used to have celebrations, and there were some major festivals which were having a lot of significance. So some of them were Guru Purnima, Dashera, and also Swami's birthday, then Shivaratri. So these were some of the major events we used to spend in Parthi. So Dashera used to be the longest, and even the sports meets, Dashera and sports meet used to be the longest ones. So we used to go to Parthi for a week or so. And that was my first year. We all went for Dashera celebrations that year, and that year marked the 100th Mahasamadhi year of Shirdi Sai Baba. So that year had a great amount of celebration in Parthi and also in Shirdi. So before leaving to Parthi, we had a meeting with Warden, and Warden told that anyone who is interested in doing Sai Satcharita Parayanam and getting a Sai Satcharita book can consult me. So I never knew what is Sai Satcharita, what is Parayanam. I was very new to all these terms. So I thought, okay, give it a try. Fine. And I thought, okay, let's enroll in it. So I enrolled, and we got this book of Shirdi Sai Baba. His photo was there, and red colored book Satcharita. And I was since I developed interest in reading books when I was in hostel itself. So I was like quite excited. You get some new thing, and you get excited, quite of a human nature. So yes, I was excited, and we went there in Parthi. We had a saptaham wherein our warden, Dr. Ravi Kumar sir, used to come every night, and he used to, read the Satcharita and, narrate us. And he used to, explain it in Swami's way. In the mandir itself, we used to sit, and, it was a great opportunity, in the presence of Bhagwan Sannidhi. We used to have this discussion on his previous avatar, and it used to be very great. So at the end of the day, when the Saptaham got over, and we returned back from Dashera, we were then we offered Arati to Shirdi Baba, and then Warden sir told one thing, that yes, when you complete a Saptaham, you can wish anything, and that wish gets fulfilled. So this is also one thing, and that was my very first reading of Satcharita, and I thought of giving it a try. So that semester, chemistry was extremely tough. And I was not very confident I'll even pass my end semester exams or not. So I just made a very small wish that, Baba, I want to clear my end semester exam, chemistry specifically. If I pass that, I'll make it a habit of reading Satcharita once in a while. I want to have that experience with you also. I was also unaware of Shirdi Baba. I didn't know much about him. So I prayed that, Baba, I want to know about you. I want to experience your divinity. And, please give me a chance. I have done this Saptaham. And if I pass my chemistry exam, again, that exam thing came in. So if I pass my chemistry exam, I will have a great experience. So, okay. And chemistry exam went in a way that I was very confident that I will not pass it. I'm going to get a supply. So when our second semester results came, this wish I made was in the first semester, that I want to pass my chemistry exam. And my chemistry exam in the first semester was fine. But in the second semester, it was very tough. So I didn't remember that I have wished this. So I wrote somehow. I don't know what I wrote. Again, that thing happened. I don't know what I wrote. And the exam was really tough at that time. So it was thermodynamics, if any science student is there. So and thermodynamics aspect is very tough in chemistry. So, and I also had a very bad hand in mathematics. So chemistry exam was very tough for me. And I wrote something I wrote, and I gave my exam. Now, when the results came, I was very shocked to see that I passed in the exam. And that time that kind of a spark came in my mind, that yes, I had wished at that time in Dashera celebrations, that in the Saptaham, that, Baba, my chemistry should be fine. In every semester, I should pass the chemistry exam. And yes, Baba gave me that divine assurance that yes, with my grace, everything will be fine. And yes, even now, if I feel that any of my works is not giving a great response, I do a Saptaham, and everything becomes fine. So, that was my divine connect with his previous avatar. So both the avatars have their own, qualities. But there is one thing I feel that both avatars have in common, is that divine sweetness which they give, that divine experience which they give you, that, that those blessings which they give you, when you pray, with your whole heart. Right. So again, continuing with the Dashera celebrations in my second year. So in my second year, we went for a week, and, coincidentally at that time, the whole Dashera week was our preparatory holidays for end semester examinations. So we as students had to keep in with the schedule of the festival, and also we had to study for our exams. So it was quite hectic at that time. So what happened is, also Navratri were going on, and in my house there is a routine that in Navratri they keep fasting just for one day. So I thought that why should I miss it? I should also I should also observe fast for one day, and then I observed a fast, and I didn't eat very much. And the next day I got severe stomachache. My stomach was very upset. I got acidity. There it was unbearable. The pain was unbearable, and warden sir was called again, and he asked me to go to the hospital. So I went to the general hospital, and doctor suggested that, see, starting from now, for the next 2 days you should survive only on fruits and on curd rice. So I was like, okay, I'll do the same. And I informed a couple of teachers that, sir, I have been instructed to survive on fruits. And they told, okay, for now you keep on taking curd rice, fruits will arrange. So, and that, I didn't eat the whole day. I was just on medicines, and I was feeling worst. That feeling was worse when you are sick and whole celebration is going on, and you also have to keep on with your exam preparation. And, that feeling is very worst. So, I didn't eat that whole day. I was waiting for fruits, and fruits didn't come. And even I didn't feel like eating in the afternoon. I would have eaten curd rice, but I didn't felt like eating. But in the evening, when we had to report for the Mandir program, I felt very hungry. So this is a very small experience, but yes, again I felt that Swami as Divine Mother coming in and giving you his sweetness. So I was sitting in the mandir at that evening, feeling extremely hungry, and the whole Dashera celebrations, when we had mandir programs, the prasadam served was laddus. So I in my mind I told Swami, I can't eat laddus today. My stomach is quite upset. I can't eat laddus, but I'm feeling very hungry. So what should I do? I kept that question, and Mandir program was concluding. While in conclusion, they distribute prasadam, and I was shocked that only that single day Himachal apples were served. That big golden apples were served, and I was very happy that again Swami, came in, with his divine sweetness, with his that mother, when you are sick, that mother will take care of you. If no one is there to take care of you, your mother is always there. She'll be by your side. Always she'll be by your side when you're sick, till the time you become better. So I took the prasadam. I was very overwhelmed. I was very happy at that time, and I ate that apple, and I slept. I didn't eat anything at that time. After that, in the dinner, I only ate that apple, and next day I was fully fine. Nothing. Stomach was fully fine. So that Swami coming, giving me this experience in the form of the Lord of Medicine, Dhanvantari, I would say. So I saw that Dhanvantari form in that apple, in Swami's Dhanvantari form. So he's the Lord of Ayurveda, Lord of Medicine. So, and also that Divine Mother who would be always by your side when you are in some problem. So this was again very powerful for me, that he's always by my side, and these experiences were making me believe in Swami's divinity. First, there were levels that in my first year I would think that Swami is just a saint, he is just a social worker and nothing else. But once I came to my second year, transition, and Swami kept on showing his divinity aspect. I kept on experiencing his divinity in every moment I lived there. I came to a conclusion that no, he is the Lord of the universe, and no other. No, there is no one other for me except him. So that was the belief I came into when I was in the middle of my second year, and all these experiences counted. So again, this Dashera was one, and sports meet used to be another fun for all of us. It was fun and joy at one side, and that dedication to put something for Lord was on the other side. And being that as a first priority, all the boys in the hostel used to participate in activities, participate in the items which are to be presented in front of the Lord. They have to be, given as a dedication to the Lord, as a gratitude. So, now every boy had, had a list of 5 or 6 items where, he may find his expertise and, take that item, give the audition and take part in that item. So, honestly, in my first year, I tried some 3 or 4 items, including drama, drums. These were some of the items boys were putting. So I gave auditions and I was not qualified. And the boys who don't get selected in any items, there is a 6th item called the mass item. So all the boys who are not selected, they are pushed into the mass item. So again, it was a Thursday, and in Trai Vrindavan, I prayed, Swami, what is this, Swami? I'm not getting selected in any item. So I think I'll be, whatever, now everything is in your hands. Again, that surrender comes in. That day I realized that with this experience, I realized the power of surrender. So I surrendered. I told Swami, I think I'm again becoming egoistic. I'm again becoming overconfident. So I surrender everything at your feet, putting a pause on everything. Whatever you feel must be the best. So you do, you be my Hridaya Sarathi. You take the charge of the Rath now and take the, I decided to go with the flow. So I got, again, the same thing happened. I was also pushed in the mass item, and the mass item was Kung Fu. So, and, looking at my weight, I was not very confident I'll be able to do this also. So, I was very disappointed that I had to do Kung Fu, lot of physical activity and stuff. But, all that process when we were learning, I remembered one prayer which I made once, that Swami, I want to lose weight. So then it got strike that, Swami is not actually disappointing me. He's answering that prayer that I want to lose weight. And, not getting selected in any item and doing Kung Fu, a whole lot of physical activity was the answer to that prayer that now you lose weight. So, one was the power of surrender, and second was my words in praying, that whatever you pray, praying should always be with that conscience, that, with that carefulness, that, whatever you pray would be fulfilled. So you must pray, quite carefully. And, again, one thing the third takeaway was, delays are never his denials. So I prayed very long back that I want to lose my weight, and apparently I lost 2 or 3 kgs, and that was the answer to my prayer, getting selected in Kung Fu and performing Kung Fu. So, performing Kung Fu was again, I thought that would be worst, but it was so good, so thrilling. That was one of the best sports meet I had. If I compare, I had attended 2 sports meets. Third year, unfortunately, due to COVID, we didn't have any sports meet. So in the first year and the second year, if I compare, the first year sports meet was, an experience. It was so good. So again, that, experience, this was again a divine experience that I had, divine interaction with the Lord. Now, I feel like winding up and, with my last experience. And this was something that is very close to my heart. These 2 experiences, one is for the Guru Nanak Jayanti, and second is for the Mahashivratri. So both had that divine aspect of God's closeness to your heart. So, Lord has all the people in his heart, and all are close to him. And, he'll take care of you. The way he took care of me in Dashera as Divine Mother, he took care of me, every time, and even now he takes care of me. I am very proud of it. I'm very, I'm very, I should say, thankful to the Lord that he always is with me. So, I'll conclude with these two experiences quite quickly. So it was 550th Guru Nanak Jayanti, and we boys had to put, we were some group of boys, we had to put a program, a small program, and I had to give a speech on Guru Nanak Jayanti's significance, and how Guru Nanak Dev Ji, showed his philosophy, showcased his philosophy. He taught the significance of Nagar Sankirtan and things like that. I had to put that whole lot of speech. And suddenly the day I had to put a speech, I was down with fever. I attended the first half of the college and I was down with fever. This happened in my second year. And I was down with fever. And, we used to have Maleshwar sir in our room. And he told that, Tanish, I'll be sanctioning your leave, half day leave. Just, take rest because you have your speech, etc. So, the program should not get spoiled. So I found some weightage in his point and I told, okay, sir, I'll take rest. So I took rest for the whole second half. I was not even in the, in the condition to speak. I was down with severe fever. So that time I prayed from the bottom of my heart that Swami, we have put some effort in this program, and me getting fever is not good. Swami, please show me some guidance. What can I do? Should I change the speaker? Now, changing the speaker at that 11th hour is always not possible. So Swami, please give me some way. So while resting, I was praying all this. And I again saw a dream. I'll quickly describe. So there was Sai Ramesh Hall in Vrindavan, and there was one red chair, red throne, and that throne was, the person sitting on had a big turban, and he was, on the. I was on his back. The chair was, and when once I came there, he rotated his chair, and I saw Guru Nanak Dev Ji sitting there, and I had no words. I was again, getting that experience again, crying while sleeping. So I had tears in my eyes. And what I did is I just took his feet. I, touched it. I gave him pranams, and I kept my forehead like this down on his lap. So now when I woke up after 2 minutes, I saw Swami there. Guru Nanak Dev Ji has turned into Swami. His form has turned into Swami. And Swami patted on my back and he told in Punjabi that कुछ नहीं होना तेनू, मैं तेरे नाल आ, तू जाके speech दे, मैं तेरे पीछे खलोना, कोई गल नहीं, you will be fine. So Swami told like this, and when again I woke up, there was no sign of fever. So, again that aspect that Lord is always with you, praying, only one thing makes you realize this thing, that is praying. So if you pray with whole heart, he will come and he is gonna be at your side. If again that point came in my mind that even if the whole world or the circumstance is against you, if Swami is at your back and Swami is, holding your hand, the whole world and the circumstances will be in favor of you. So now concluding with the most powerful festival I feel is Mahashivratri. And Mahashivratri has given me this very powerful experience once. In the second year, I was in the art gallery department in the hostel, and we were supposed to make cards for Swami. And that time we were living in the Bhakt Nivas. There used to be rotations. One festival, ki first years will be living in the East Prashanti side near the mandir, and second and third years will be in the Bhakt Nivas. So those rotations used to go. And that time we second years were in the Bhakt Nivas, I suppose. So there we were supposed to, make that card for Swami, and we were making it, and we realized that half of our material is there near the mandir in the East Prashanti side. So we thought of shifting it, and sir told that my friend Divas was there with me and I was there, and we both were instructed to shift the materials and come there in the East Prashanti. We'll be making the card, we'll be doing the things there. So we thought of, going, and coincidentally, we were there in Parthi a night before Shivratri. And that day, somehow the buses got very late, and the traveling aspect became quite hectic. So both of us were very tired, and we had to walk from Bhakniwas to East Prashanti. That's quite far. And we both were discussing that we have to, walk at the first place, take the, materials were already taken from Bhakniwas to North Indian Canteen, thanks to my team, my art gallery team, that it already took the materials, and we both just had to come there. So we were again feeling a lot tired, that, we had to walk all the way. So we were talking about this. We came out of Bhakniwas. We were talking, we both were conversing that, yaar, आज टांग बहुत दुख रहा है, अभी नहीं चला जाएगा. And we saw a brand new Honda. I think it was Honda City or Honda Civic. I don't clearly remember. A brand new Honda Civic there was a man sitting, and he was taking a U-turn towards Mandir, going towards the North Indian Canteen. And as we were having the conversation, we overtook that car. He suddenly came and stopped the car in front of us. And he asked us he lowered the window, and he asked us, come and sit in the car. So we both were shocked at the first place that what we should do. Then Divas was with me. He told, okay, yeah, let's sit. So we both sat there, and he told, where you want to go. He asked us. So we told that, sir, just till the North Indian Canteen, we'll manage. We didn't feel like, giving him trouble, asking him to drop us till Mandir. So we told that, sir, you're going to North Indian Canteen, please drop us till there. So he was like, okay. So then he asked about us. He asked us our introduction. So we told that we are students here. And he also told, he was very overwhelmed, hearing that. He was very happy. And he told that I am also, I served in the army. I'm retired now. And I have come to Parthi on Shivratri to get my car blessed. So, that's, then we told that's really great. Now we were having this conversation, and he dropped us on the North Indian Canteen. And when we reached there, he told us something which we both were very shocked to hear. So he told that, see, when you were passing by, there was no window open. You saw, right? So we were like, yes, we saw. So he told that when you were walking, I clearly heard Swami's voice telling me that, give these two boys lift. So I was like, no. He told that voice was coming from bottom of my heart, and that voice was so loud that I just stopped the car in front of you, and I commanded you, come and sit inside the car. So we both were like so shocked, and and happy at the same time. And again, sometimes whatever divinity you experience, whatever you experience, you don't have words for it. And same happens with me when I share this experience. I don't have words for Swami. I mean, how Lord takes care of you, as a mother, as a friend, always. And even now, I feel that even now, if I have no one to talk, he's there with me. I close my eyes, I talk to him. And I don't make friends very easily. I only had a couple of friends in the hostel as well. Yes, I was friendly with everyone, not that. But yes, you have that chadi bati hours, we say in Hindi. No, I never had that, because I enjoy my own company. I'm quite introvert in all this. So, but yes, depending upon my nature, I got a great friend, that is Swami. And I have always have him on my side to talk to me, to console me in every problem I have. So I still feel like going on, but I suppose that time has its foundations, and I feel like concluding now. So once again, thank you so much to the team. And I hope that Swami blesses all of us with a lot of success, and especially happiness, because happiness is the first, aspect. And if you are happy, everything would go on place. So I always pray that, Swami, please keep me happy. So I pray for all of us present here, that Swami, please keep all of us happy, because when we are happy, you are happy, and when you are happy, everything comes in place. So once again, thank you so much. Jai Sai Ram.